Hi friends, welcome back to Texas Family Life. My name is Kristy. I'm a homemaker, a stay-at-home mom, a mom of 5. I bake, I grocery shop, I do the chores, I do all the things that, stay-at-home moms do. We homeschool, and I'm so excited to have you here along on my channel. And if you're new here, please do like and subscribe. So in a previous post, I had shown y'all that I had found out that I was pregnant with baby number 6. So I finally had my first ultrasound. I was about 10 weeks along. So I went to my midwife appointment, and it didn't really go as I had planned. There were a few things that were just kind of off, and like the ultrasound was the number one thing that was just like, oh, okay. So I had known I was pregnant because I was feeling extra sick. So sorry, guys. Shh. Hey. Hey. So I had known that I was pregnant because I was just feeling so sick, and it was like extreme. Which, I've been pregnant 5 times before, and every single pregnancy is different. I remember my second child, I was convinced it was a boy because I felt completely different than I did with my girl, and they both ended up being girls. And so at about 8 weeks, I had a gush of bright red blood, which is never good in pregnancy. It's always worrisome. And even if you're like me, say hi. Even if you're like me and you've never had a miscarriage, it's still very scary. And especially since, we're not necessarily professionals, we don't understand exactly what's going on. So I was reading, it could be a hematoma, which I guess is like extra blood in the uterus, and usually it's not harmful to the babies. So it was like a gush of red, and then for 2 weeks, almost straight, there was like a day here and there, but I had brown spotting. And I'm so sorry, guys, if that's just TMI, but I'm trying to give you all the details here because I would have loved details like this in this little journey. And so I had the bright red blood, and I was like, this can't be good. I was wondering if maybe it was like my progesterone, because I know if that's low, then you can have some spotting. But I don't know. I told my midwife, and I had finally found a midwife. It took me a while to find one because prices have gone up, and midwives are not cheap. And where are you going? And so I just was trying so hard to find the proper midwife. And so mine wanted to see me, between 8 and 10 weeks. Well, I was right at 9 weeks when she saw me. So I go in, and we're there for like a good hour, and she's like asking questions and going through, all the data. And I used her with the birth of my last baby, and it went pretty well. And so I wanted to use her again. So we went through all the stuff, and she's like, why do you think you're spotting it? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I don't know those kind of things. Oh, you're such a strong boy. Look at those muscles. Went ahead and did the ultrasound, which I'm thankful for, because with Owen, when I did my home birth, the midwife waited until 20 weeks to do an ultrasound. And I know that there's a little bit of controversy on ultrasounds. People say, we don't know if they're safe yet, and we don't know the repercussions because the people who have had ultrasounds, aren't 90 years old yet. So it's just like hit or miss with ultrasounds. I don't know how I feel about it, but anyways, so this midwife did an ultrasound, and so I told her, about the bleeding and stuff like that. I told her I was so nauseous, and I also told her how I just felt like weak, like so weak. And I have always been that way. Like, I feel like my iron gets low, and I feel just like kind of shaky, kind of weak, and like I need to eat something now, kind of that feeling. So she puts the wand on my belly, and she's like, are you sure? Are you sure, like, you started your period when you thought you did? Because that's how a lot of the professionals date your pregnancy, is your first day of your last period, because that's technically when the cycle started, when the baby was, all that. So I'm like 100% sure, 100% sure. I could be 1 day off, but I remember, because it was like, I had felt so sick for like a week before that, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. My friend's like, oh, maybe you're about to start your period. So I did, and so I texted her that day, and I was like, oh, you're right. So I know, like, for a fact when I started. And so the midwife's like, well, let's see. And she looked, and she puts the wand on, and she goes, oh my. and I looked at my husband and I said, I told you! Twins. So we are pregnant with twins. Here's the ultrasound picture. And we are like over the moon. But like I said, the ultrasound wasn't what we thought it was gonna be because twins. Like I had a feeling, a little bit of feeling, but with every single pregnancy I've been like, what if this is twins? I've always wanted twins. And so it's just a thought that I have as a mother. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but it's always a thought, like it could be twins. But the really weird thing is like a week before, I'd seen these like super cool cribs on Instagram where they look kind of bamboo and they're kind of like shaped like a rounded square, and they can extend and they like turn into like a full-size bed eventually. But they're small and they're compact, and with our house not being huge, we need that space. So I just had it in my head to be like, hey honey, I know where we're going to put the cribs when we have the twins. And I was like, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Like, when we have the twins, why would I say something like that? And then it started nagging at me, and something in me was like, say it, say it, say it, say it. And I'm like, okay. So I go up to him, I'm like, hey, I know we're gonna put the cribs when we have the twins. And he's like, twins? And I'm like, I don't know, just a thought. So I told him a week before. I knew it. And my midwife, when I said I knew it, she's like, how'd you know? And I'm like, I just kind of had a feeling. And with the spotting, I had looked that up. And a lot of times when you're pregnant with twins, the uterus expands quicker. And so since it's expanding so quick, there's going to be more of a chance for bleeding. Just getting visited by everybody. How do you feel about the twins?
Good.
Are you sad?
Mama had this the first time I've had twins before.
Me too. Do you think because it can be a boy and a boy and a girl, or a girl and a boy? What do you think? I mean, 2 girls, 2 boys, or a boy and a girl. What do you think?
A boy and a girl.
That's what I think. Hope that.
I hope it's 2 boys, so Owen has 2 boys.
Yeah, 2 boys would be nice. I mean, anything would be just...
I hope it was 3 brothers, so that way Owen had 4 sisters and we had 4 brothers.
Oh, that'd be super cool. Oh, and that was another thing, is like the day before we go to the appointment, I was telling my husband, like, I'm so excited to have an even amount of kids because I love even numbers. It just makes my heart happy. So we would have had 6 kids, but now we're gonna have 7. We're gonna have 7 kids, 7 and under. Because how old are you about to be?
7.
She's about to be 7. So that's going to be a ride. Like all the things like going through my head.
And there's gonna be 1.
Yeah, they'll have the same birthday. Well, one can be born an hour before the next one, and if it's right at midnight, then they could have different birthdays. That is why the ultrasound was wrong. Oh, and I didn't tell you. So I know exactly when my LMP was, and these babies are measuring exactly the same, but they're measuring 8 weeks, and I thought I was 10 weeks. So I don't know if that's a twin thing. She said like, no, twins don't measure behind that much, but she's, you know, she definitely doesn't see as many babies as an actual doctor sees, because she's a midwife, so she sees, you know, what she sees. But man, it is so exciting, and it's already like a little bit challenging. I've got to eat she either said 150 or 130 grams of protein a day, and that is like a full-time job eating. And so I'm on like day 3 of eating as many carbs as it. So we are just like over the moon.
I found a fuzzy caterpillar.
You feed it to the chickens. Wait, Izzy, don't pick it. Don't pick it. I gotta show you this caterpillar.
Corn and flowers.
Caterpillar. Look at him. He's gonna eat some of the flower.
Oh, Mama, please
Hope he
don't
says
give
hello.
him to the chickens.
But the chickens would love to eat him. Okay, then you have to let him be, and you can't mess with him, okay?
Okay.
What do y'all think? Do y'all know what kind of caterpillar this is?
No, he's beautiful.
You gonna touch him, Owen? Sorry for the caterpillar interruption. So anyways, I don't know why I'm measuring 2 weeks behind. That's a little nerve-wracking. And then I just got a call from her saying my progesterone's low. So I'm having a very hard time like figuring out what constitutes like normal progesterone. I got somewhere that it's between like 10 and 90, and mine is 17. So immediately I need to get on some progesterone cream. So I started some yesterday, and I need all the prayers. Like, if you could pray for me and these babies and for everything to just go as well as possible. They are in separate sacks, as I'll show you again here. You can see like clearly they're in separate sacks. So they're considered either di or mono-di. And I don't know what any of these things really mean just from what I've looked up, but die is when they're in separate sacs and they don't share a placenta, which there's a chance that they could still share it. We're not super certain of that yet, but they do have a sac separating them, so that's part of the DI. So we are so excited, and if you have twins or you know someone with twins, please comment below, like any tips you have. I know nothing, and it's funny because I came into this, you know, the world of twins thinking like twin parents like automatically know everything. It's exciting. It is so exciting. So exciting. I'm gonna keep y'all updated, but that's another bummer is that like I thought I was 10 weeks and then it was only 8 weeks. I know that's like nothing to many people, that 2 weeks, but to me it's like a lifetime. Like I was so excited to be so far along. I'm almost second trimester, and then she's like, no, 8 weeks. So I'm kind of hoping that I go and like the babies have caught back up. Cause I don't know, comment below if you know. Like I don't understand why my dates would be so far off unless like my ovulation date was wrong. No. Like I don't know my ovulation date. I just know my last period. So once again, guys, I am so sorry for the TMI. I'll try to update y'all again soon. I don't have another appointment till May, so y'all won't hear anything. I don't know anything. But until then, I'm just trying to get all my protein and everything like that. I'm sorry that like just this week my videos have been off a little bit because I found out on Monday and it's just been like a whirlwind. I am just like every day thinking and talking about, go feed those to the chickens. Why don't you go feed it to the chickens? If you shove it through the holes, they like it. So yes, if y'all could please pray for me and pray that everything goes well. Pray for these babies. Pray that God gives me the wisdom I need with these babies, and that, I don't know, that I'm not too scared. I trust him, and I feel like this is the time to trust in God and to really see through the fact that I do his will and that I'm not trying to do my own. So please do comment below. I know it just keeps coming, like, first of all, I'm pregnant with number 6 and now it's twins and this and this and this. So I'm hoping, like I said, get my progesterone up, make sure I'm healthy, and you know, get these babies back on track just to be healthy too. Oh, so here it is, twins, here we go. Here's the adventure, and I'm so excited that y'all are here with me to go on this journey. Let's see how far we can make it. So I hope to see you guys soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week and a blessed rest of your week, and that you are encouraged this week just to see God's beauty, even in the small things. And that, are you eating dirt? Owen. Hey, are you excited about the babies?
Yeah.
You want a brother or a sister?
Baby.
A baby. See, he just wants a baby. You're a sweet boy, huh? Alright, I'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.